Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and on today's Real Life Friday video, do you have all your fake floral? Because we're getting into the most beautiful yet spooky Halloween garland. We're copying ZGallerie and their $80 garland. So get your supplies because we're making it right now. So I found this beautiful yet spooky Rose Garland from ZGallerie featuring a red and black finish. This faux rose garland adds a festive touch to the doorway, mantle, or banister. It is 72 inches long. Now, when I first spied this garland, it was $80, $79 to be exact. But now when I look at it right this second, it is on sale for $54.99, which pisses me off a little bit because I may have spent $54.99 in the supplies needed today. Yeah, thanks a lot, ZGallerie. But maybe I only spent $30. Maybe you only spent $20. So either way, we're making it. We may save a little, we may save a lot, we may break even. But what's definitely gonna happen is we are going to recreate an amazing Halloween garland. So what do we need? We need all of our fake floral that we purchased at the Dollar Tree. So if you watched the supplies video a couple Real Life Friday videos ago, you know I went crazy on the fake foliage from the Dollar Tree. I know I went overboard. When you're recreating garland, it's like kind of hard to guesstimate exactly how much fake floral you're gonna need, especially when you're trying to recreate a 72-inch long garland. So I may or may not use everything here, and I may actually use everything here just to use it because I bought it. Yeah, does Dollar Tree accept returns? Does anybody know? Can you return stuff to the Dollar Tree? Because if you can, then I won't use everything. That's neither here nor there at this point. What you do need are some red roses. I got quite a few bundles. And then I also got these super cool ones with the red with the skull. So I'm gonna leave these exactly as is and put these into the garland just like this. I'm not gonna take it apart, nothing. Every other foliage that I can take apart that makes sense to take apart, I'm going to take it apart. So I just have one rose stem instead of a bundle of 5 rose stems because we want to intersperse the red roses amongst all of the other greenery. We've got leaves, we've got feathers, we've got a bunch of stuff. Then aside from our foliage, I got this like twig garland just as my base. So I'm gonna wire all of my fake floral to this string of garland. If you don't have this, you can use a ribbon cut to a specific length. You could use twine cut to a specific length, which now that I think about it, what might have been a better idea than wasting $1.25 and $1.25, but whatever. Get yourself some sort of a string to attach all of your foliage to. Then, because all of our foliage is in multiple colors, we need to spray everything black minus our red roses. So yeah, black spray paint. I got quite a few cans only because I didn't know how much it was gonna take to spray all of this. So again, I like to overbuy so I don't come up short and then I can return anything I don't use, especially if the Dollar Tree takes returns. Our first step is a tedious step, and it's take apart all of your foliage. So grab some shitty scissors, grab some wire cutters, and cut away every single stick of floral. I might need wire cutters. So you only have one stem, or maybe I could twist it and break it. So from this bundle of leaves, we want one twig of leaves. So I am gonna start taking apart all of my foliage, putting them into piles, and then we'll start making. Okay, so Joe and I have successfully taken apart 21 floral stems from the Dollar Tree. I did not take apart any of my roses yet. Anything that I don't want sprayed black, I'm going to put into my garland at the end after I've sprayed everything black. The ZGallerie garland, as we know, is 72 inches long, 6 feet. These are 4 feet long each. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the two together because I think I purchased enough floral to cover 8 feet. But if you only had one of these, you can make a 4 foot long garland. Just because the ZGallerie one is 6 feet and that's our inspiration doesn't mean our garland has to be 6 feet long. This also has like some offshoots, which I think will be fun and will add to the like spookiness of it. So I'm going to only tie my foliage to the main center string and leave the offshoots free to dangle as they want to dangle. I'm gonna tie these together, and I do have extra wire here, floral wire, and I don't know where I got this, from a florist, I feel like, back in the day, and I've saved it for years and years and years and years. Here are my 2 separate pieces, and I'm just gonna take them and wire them together to make one long piece. Easy. Now we have our giant 8 foot long strip that we can now wire all of our floral to. So what I want to do is start with the foliage that I have the most of. So every 12 inches or so, my best guesstimate of 12 inches, I am going to wire on a leaf. And I'm gonna go down, 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 down. And then I'm gonna start back at the beginning. Go back at the beginning, just so I have even number of leaves throughout every foot of this strip. I want to wire my leaves so they're pretty close to my garland. Simply use the wire that is on your leaf and just twist that around. Or you could trim this a little short and take some additional floral wire and use that to twist it around, or hot glue it on. I don't want to use hot glue as much as possible. So there is one section. Then I'm going to move down to what I think is another 12 inches, leaving my little dangly bits. And I'm going to take another leaf and then I'm going to wire that on. And we're just going to go down and down and down and down until we've used up all of our leaves. And you'll have, you know, this. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it looking like ZGalleries already? It's kind of a shit show with these little danglers, but it'll work out. Don't worry. You know what I may do? I may use a little bit of this wire because I want them to be on to where they don't fall off, obviously, when we pick up this garland. So I'm just gonna use this little extra wire like a little twisty tie. Yeah, just like that, just like that. So then move along, move on down every 12 inches or so and wire your little leaves on. This is gonna take a while. So put on a TV show, watch some more This Is Real Life videos, and just wire your little heart out until you're done with your leaves or your glasses fall off your head. So right now I am angling all my leaves to the right. When I hit the middle, I'm gonna start angling so they face to the left. And I know what the middle is because I wired them together, just like that. We have all of them facing to the right, all of them will be facing towards the left. Not that I feel like you have to do that. Again, it's just me and like the symmetry of it all. I don't want all my foliage facing one way. I want it to go, you know, like this. So I'm gonna do this forever until I die. And you should be doing the same, forever until you die. So yay, let's keep going with the leaves. Okay, I am reaching the end. I'm on my last little bits. I got it really full, you guys. Like, it's really full. So I'm just gonna lay it out and like fill in the gaps with my remaining stems. Right now, I think it looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, my fingers are a little bit sore. I did give up on the little cutting of the extra wires, and I've just been using the stick wire part of each leaf. It becomes a little bit easier to wrap them because with every leaf we add our little flimsy garland main string, is becoming more substantial. So it is easier to twist these on. And I'm also twisting in 2 other leaves to keep them tight to my main string. So if I notice like, ooh, this one is like a little bit loosey-goosey, I'll take this, put it next to it, and wire it in with the other leaf. Because once we lift this, the last thing we want is for all the leaves to just come right off. So my previous leaf that I had twisted and now this new leaf that I'm twisting on, they're now secured onto our main garland string together. So I feel good about that. And oh my gosh, can you see? So if you bought the same red garland I did for your main string, be prepared for this. All of the glitter is falling off. Joe and I are gonna have glitter on us for days. But I mean, it's a small price to pay for an amazing ZGallerie garland replica. One would say, it looks pretty full, Sheri. Why don't you stop adding greenery stems? Well, because I already took the time to cut them apart, so I might as well add them in. And the fuller, the better. Our leaves are our main filler. All of our other floral stems are kind of the periphery, put it in where it looks really good. So we want to bulk up with our leaves. But again, your fingers, they're gonna get sore. So take a break every now and again. While these are Dollar Tree stems, these wires are pretty thick, thicker than you would think. It's not super bad. My fingers aren't gonna fall off or anything, but I can definitely tell they're getting a little bit sore. You know what I'm thinking too? Painting this, spray painting. That's gonna be a task. So start thinking about a hook from the ceiling of your garage, or if you're outside in the backyard, a tree branch you can hang this on. So it's just hanging down and we can spray it from all angles all at one time. So as you're doing this, start thinking about, where the fuck am I gonna spray paint this thing? Honestly, now that I mentioned backyard and a tree branch, I might do that instead of inside of my garage. I just have a few more leaves to put on, and then we can move on to our other floral stems where this thing's gonna start coming alive. I'm very excited. Okay, yay. All of our greenery is in, and spray paint this black, put some red roses in it, and you're done. Honestly, it looks really, really good, and now I'm just looking around going, yeah, you bought way too much greenery at the Dollar Tree. You bought way too much, because honestly, like, this is pretty full already, and all I've done is put leaves in it. When we start putting in our red roses, it's gonna get even fuller. And look at all this shit I still have here. Fern leaves and feathers and flowers and little ball things. I may have gotten carried away on the garland, but we're here. So I'm gonna keep it going. And I think next I'm gonna add in these little fern leaves. There really isn't a lot of wire left to twist around anything. Oh, but I think they're gonna look good. So I am gonna have to doctor these up and add a wire to each one. So unfortunately, I gotta prep all of these, and you may have to do the same if you bought these little fern leaves. There's like a little hole there where it was attached to the wire stem from the Dollar Tree. So I just looped the wire through it, and now I've got a nice little wire piece, and I'm gonna cut this off. There's one. So I'm just gonna do that for the remainder of them, and then I'll be able to attach all my fern leaves to this puppy. Okay, so my little fern leaves are prepped. I've divided them into 2 piles, just so I know that I have the same amount of fern leaves on the right side of my garland as I do on the left side of my garland. And then I'm just gonna put them on, space them out, put them on, space them out. Second verse, same as the first. So voila. And this is another opportunity for you to catch any looseness that may need to get wired on a little bit tighter, like so. Ooh, the ferns, they're adding a nice little touch. Even though I went overboard on foliage, I think it's gonna look really good. I mean, it might cost $60 when all is said and done, but you know, what are you gonna do? You would say, Sheri, what you could have done is bought the one from ZGallerie, you dum-dum. I know, but at the time it was $80. I didn't know it was gonna go on sale for $60 or $55, to be quite honest. But again, you know me, if I think I can make it, I'm gonna try to make it. And sometimes making it, not only does it take a lot of time, but sometimes your supplies costs just as much as the actual thing. I don't think that's gonna be the case here, as I'm like really trying to talk myself into that. We're at half the price right now, and maybe you were smarter than I was, and you didn't buy so many goddamn floral stems. And honestly, this is pretty easy. It's like, take apart some floral, wire it onto a piece of ribbon or a string or what have you. You could make a new garland for like every holiday. Easter garland, Christmas garland. It looks really, really nice in the greenery. And since we've taken apart all of the greenery, I'll be real honest with you. It looks less Dollar Tree fake. You know what I mean? It really does. This is starting to look like something we'd buy at the Michaels. And I know you hear it in my voice. Oh, she's justifying how much money she spent on fake foliage from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I am a little bit. But I'm also thinking this is looking really good. But again, when have we made something that didn't look good? Never. So yeah, finish wiring these, and then we'll go to our next foliage that we will be adding. Look at how full. Jiminy Christmas. ZGallerie ain't got nothing on us. Okay, fern leaves are added, and again, I could stop here, spray paint this black, and add in my red roses, and I would be completely satisfied with how full this garland looks. However, I am not gonna stop right now because I still have plenty more foliage to add. I overbought. I'm not gonna justify it anymore. It is what it is. I spent $1 million on Dollar Tree foliage, and I'm gonna have the most full and beautiful ZGallerie replica garland you've ever seen in your entire life. I don't have to use every single stitch, even though I've cut it all apart. I can save things like this for other Halloween decor items. It's not a complete waste if I don't use every single stitch in this garland. Don't worry if you overbought and you don't want to use it all in this garland. You'll find another spot for it, I am sure. I think I'm going to go to these little feathers in here because I think that's a cool texture. I really like these little guys too, so I want to be sure to include those. I like both of these. I mean, I do think these will look pretty awesome when they're painted black. So yeah, I'm gonna add them in. I'm gonna add it all in. I'm adding it all in. You add all of whatever you want into yours, and we'll just keep plugging away, and then we'll reconvene when we're ready to go spray paint it. It's looking really good. Like, let's look. Ready? Look how full. Ooh, super full. Even more full. That's about 4 feet of fullness. And here we are at 8 feet of fullness. Now that we have all of our floral attached to our garland, minus our red roses and anything that doesn't need to be sprayed black, we need to take this outside with our cans of spray paint and hang it somewhere where we can paint it all black. So let's go figure that out together and then spray paint. Okay, so I have my garland wired to a hanger that I have hung, which is probably not the smartest idea. I have some cable wire, something running from my house up to that power pole, just high enough. This is where I am painting it. And I have you guys sit up really far back so I don't get any spray paint on the camera or anything around me. But I figured outside in my backyard with my lawn that is dying because I'm gonna rip it out, this would be the best spot to spray paint. So I am equipped with my premium flat enamel black spray, and we're just gonna go to town and get everything sprayed black. Hey, there we go. Whew. Spray paint dust everywhere. Now I'm trying to get close enough so I don't have spray paint dust not hitting my floral, but I also don't want to get so close that it's dripping. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna have to manipulate. We're gonna have to wait for coats to dry. We're gonna have to relook at it. We're gonna have to see, did we miss any spots? Like this entire project. It's going to be tedious, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, so far I've used 1 and a little bit of cans of spray paint. We're not completely black, but what I want to do is now flip it over and spray it again. And then I'm going to spread out my foliage to where I think it might be and then spray again. You might want to use gloves, just saying, because I am picking up things and spraying them and spraying my fingers, but nothing a little soap, water, maybe some nail polish remover can't remove. So I'm gonna flip this and I'm gonna keep spraying. So I have used 3.5 cans of black spray paint. And to be quite honest, the Ace brand paint that I got at my local hardware store, it doesn't cover that great. It's cheap, but you end up using more than you need, because the half can that I used was the Rust-Oleum Painters 2x Ultra Coverage Flat Black, and it's actually a primer. And this half can went so far. It probably went as far as the full can of the Ace brand. So, you know, you get what you pay for. It's true with spray paint. But I do have it all the way done. There is probably going to be some touch-up areas, which I don't have any more black spray paint. So if there are touch-up areas, I'm definitely gonna have to go to the store and get another can of black spray paint, but I don't want to. Once we have the rest of our floral and our red roses in there, any touch-up areas, those might be hidden by that, but let me take you in for a closer look. It looks pretty good. Okay, so look, I mean, I tried to do a really good job covering every single little tiny stem, hence why my hands are so pitch black. I was even moving leaves as I was painting them. On the plus side, they dry real fast, but there might be some overlappage, like, oh, right there, you can see a little bit of red, but that might be covered up when we add in our extra floral. So I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna call it. Just let it dry for a bit and then we'll bring it in and add our extra floral. Yay. Okay, we have brought in our black spray painted garland. It does look good, but when I was carrying it in, I noticed like, oh, that one's not totally full coverage. But again, I am hoping to cover them with our remaining red roses and these super cute little bundles of joy right here. Honestly, anything that doesn't look like it's full coverage that I can't hide with additional red roses and those little cute bundles of joy, I'm just gonna cut off. I'm not gonna go buy a whole nother can of spray paint for like 3 leaves that didn't get full covered. No one's gonna know. So I have 2 of these guys. I think those will be like split center kind of. These cute little wiry dudes. And then I have my red roses. So I think I'm gonna add my little black accessories first, and then we'll fill in with our red roses. That's pretty much it. We're almost done. We're staring at like $79 worth of garland here if we bought it at ZGallerie, but we didn't. We're staring at less, but it looks just as good. I mean, spray painting everything black is really bringing it together. I mean, look at that's gonna look so fantastic. Once we have everything in, then we can manipulate the garland and fluff it and get it to exactly looking beautiful, and then put it where we wanna put it. Okay, so I have my little accoutrements in, and now it's time for the red roses. So I think I'm just gonna cut apart 2 for now and use 6 on this half and 6 on this half and see where we are. You use your best judgment. Where do you need to fill in? Do you need to use 12 red roses? Do you need to just use 6 red roses? What's your garland's situation and how do you want it to look? So I think I'm just going to heat up my hot glue gun, pop the rose off of the stem, and then hot glue the roses in so that we don't have any green stems. Hot glue, and let's just place it on in here. No rhyme or reason, I'm just hot gluing and placing it down, just in spots I think will look cute. Okay, yay, 1 done, 11 more to go. Okay, so honestly, I think the 12 red roses that I have added to our 8-foot long garland is plenty. It is looking so good. Now I just need to like fluff it out, manipulate it, figure out where I'm gonna put it, and then I'll show you guys the final reveal. However, if you were DIYing along with me like you should be, you don't need to see the final reveal because you've got your own final reveal sitting right in front of you. But just in case you're just sitting on your couch, just watching me slave away at this $80 garland from ZGallerie, I'll show you the final reveal. Okay, it's final reveal time. Are you ready? Because it looks amazing. So get ready. Here it comes, the final reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Look at it. Oh my God, Magnum. It is spectacular. I loved everything about it. It turned out exactly as I expected it would. And once again, dare I say, is it better than the $80 version from ZGallerie? I think so. Okay, we finished. It just took us one afternoon and we made an amazing black and red garland inspired by ZGallerie. Now, I was nervous to do the math because that damn garland is on sale and it really cramped my style. But I'll tell you the final dollars. I used a total of 31 floral picks, accoutrements from the Dollar Tree. I saved all of my little floral tags, 31 at $1.25. Then I used 3.5 cans of spray paint at $5.99 each. So all that totaled, and I even did the price for a half a can of spray paint, came to $59.71. I know. It's a lot of money on a garland. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of money on a garland. It looks great, but it's a lot of money on a garland that we made ourselves. But yeah, so if we did not get the garland on sale from ZGallerie, we would have spent $79 plus shipping and sales tax, which is an okay savings. If we would have purchased the garland at full price of $79, we saved $19.29. Not the hugest amount of savings. I get it. It's not the hugest amount of savings. However, it is still savings. And we did get to make it to suit our taste and our style. So I'm still gonna say ours looks better. And if you were smarter than me and you didn't use 31 floral picks from the Dollar Tree, you may have saved a little more, maybe $25. Because, I mean, the one I created is really full and lush and nice. Am I mad that my savings was only $19? No, I'm not that mad. Am I mad that my savings was only $19 and it took me about 5 hours to make? No, I'm not that mad. I enjoy doing DIYs. So while I do love saving money and I love saying like, I made this for $5 and the real thing cost $100, I do love saying that. But in some instances, that isn't always the case. So I'm not super mad. I'm a little mad, I'm not super mad. What I'm more mad at is that garland's on sale now for $54. Was it $54? $54.99 it's on sale for right now, and we spent $57. So we lost $3 and 5 hours worth of time. But we gained an experience, didn't we? So yeah, we recreated the ZGallerie beautiful black and red rose garland. I mean, theirs is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but so is ours. So in the end, it's really not that big of a deal that we only saved $20, or technically we lost $3, because our garland looks great and we get to take pride in the fact that we made it ourselves and we can enjoy it year after year. And when people come over and they see it and they comment on it and they say, oh my God, is that the garland from ZGallerie? That garland was so expensive. You get to say, no, it's not. I made it myself. And I truly made it, minus the spray paint, from supplies purchased at the Dollar Tree. And it looks good. It doesn't look like supplies purchased from the Dollar Tree. We all know those DIYs that look like they were made with supplies purchased at the Dollar Tree, but we don't make those sorts of things because we're amazing and everything we do is money. And that garland is another one that looks out of this world. So props to us. That garland was officially the last of the Halloween DIYs that we are making together. Now, I might have another DIY for Halloween, a last minute DIY, but you know what we really have to do is now that we've gotten all of our DIYs made, now we need to finish decorating this house. We gotta do the interior, we gotta do the exterior because Halloween is right around the corner. Oh, don't even let me get started on, we gotta make our costumes. What are you guys gonna be? Have you put any thought to it? Have you went around and looked for your supplies? Have you went to thrift stores and purchased things? What have you been doing? You better start thinking about it because it's gonna be here before you know it and you're gonna need a costume. Well, you're halfway there on your beautifully decorated Halloween house because you damn near made just about everything you need for your decor. So get the rest of your decorating done, get your Halloween costume organized, and I'll check back in with you in the next DIY Wednesday. Even though I know this is a Real Life Friday video, I'm gonna check back in on your Halloween progress on our next DIY Wednesday video. So be ready for that. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the Real Life Friday videos that I push out every other Friday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.